Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's we're going to be going over the all-new Toyota Venza Hybrid. Before we get into this video though, a huge shout out and thank you to the Lurch Mailer Toyota here in Murray, Utah for giving me some time with this Venza. I'm going to include a link to their inventory in the description down below so you can check out what they have currently. If you have any questions or need any help, just ask for Mitch. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. Under the hood, we have a naturally aspirated 2.5 liter four-cylinder that's paired to an e-CVT and a hybrid system. Total system output is 219 horsepower, with fuel economy being 40 around town and then 37 on the highway. Now before we go over the front end, I do want to mention if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. Starting with the hood, well, it's just kind of flat there in the center and then it kind of slopes off on either side. Pretty sharp lines though too, which is cool. And then coming down below, you guys can see those cool LED daytime running lights with the headlights. Notice that the Toyota logo has some blue accenting to signify it's a hybrid. There's a camera just down below the Toyota logo and the rest of the grille, which also has parking sensors. And then there are fog lights there at the very bottom. And putting it all together, I think that the Venza looks pretty cool. Come around the side here, our tire and wheel setup is 225, 55, 19 in the front and over in the rear as well. And then you guys can see the coloration on the wheel. It's got this cool like metallic gray, which I think fits. And then taking a look at the full side profile here, you guys can see the chrome trim around the windows. And then just look at like the body work there on the hips in the back. It's actually a pretty sweet looking SUV. And then here is the key fob for it. You guys can see Venza there on the back. We have our lock function, unlock, and then the opening here for the hatch as well as the Toyota logo. So we'll just hold that down and it'll pop it right open. And then popping inside, you guys can see we've got Venza here on the covering, and then we also have a cargo cover here in the back as well. Now with the Venza, storage space is actually pretty solid. It's similar in size to like the RAV4 is what it looks like, at least again on the surface. But anyways, if we pull up this strap, you can see the spare tire just underneath. And when you're all done, you can press this to lock it and shut it, or you can just press that and that will shut it. It also does have the foot kick function where you just like kick your foot underneath to shut it. Pretty cool light bar effect here with the Venza. Notice again blue to signify it's a hybrid, and then we also have our limited badge there. And then down below you guys can see we have some parking sensors, and then look at those exhaust tips. Pretty sporty looking. And putting it all together, again, I do think that this is pretty cool looking. Now I'm not sure if I like this more or the RAV4 when it comes to styling. I'm kind of torn honestly. And then popping inside, look at the padding here, and then you guys can see like the stitching that goes across, and yeah, I'm not so sure how to feel about that either, but there's the door panel. And then taking a look at these seats, you guys can see perforated all down the center portion and matches the door panel with coloration. Now inside, legroom here is actually pretty solid. We got some storage pockets here on the back, and then you guys can see with the vents down below, and then we got some USBs down below that. And then headroom is solid back here. And if you're wondering, we got a good old-fashioned cup holder armrest. Now the front door panel pretty much matches the rear with the overall theme. We've got our window controls right here. You've got your door lock and unlock, mirror adjustments, and then the mirrors do power fold in. We also have memory seat functionality, and then look at the stitching that goes across. And then we do have blind spot monitoring for the mirrors too. Front seat's pretty funky looking. Look at the stitching, and again, it's all perforated down the center portion, and then the seat is power adjustable, and look at the Venza logos. So we have our gas cap release right there, and then you guys can see here for the stability control, that is for the camera system to pop it on, your heated steering wheel control, and then that's to open up the hatch. And then again, like look at the, this is interesting. Steering wheel's power adjustable. Now taking a look at the steering wheel, you guys can see that it's soft touch all around, and then we've got the darker stitching on the center to match. This does come with adaptive cruise control as well as lane keep assist. We've got volume voice command controls as well, and then you got some controls for the center stack, turn signal light stock, and then windshield wiper stock. Now we have this full digital gauge cluster here, and notice that it lets us know that right now we're in the EV mode right there, and then you also have like your EV diagram off to the left side, and then we can also scroll through some different menus to see different bits of info on the vehicle. Pretty standard stuff. We also have some drive modes we can go through, and it gives us a cool animation. Just has a Venza instead of a RAV4. This literally is like the same thing that's in the RAV4. It just has a Venza. And then there is an EV mode button that you can press to kind of prioritize it to pop into EV mode as much as possible. Now, we've got a backup camera with trajectory lines that turn with the steering wheel, and then notice we have that bird's eye view as well because this does have a 360 camera system. So I'm going to put it into park, and I'm going to press that camera view button, And notice it'll give us this like 360 weird view situation. But moving from that to the rest of the infotainment system, shortcut bar here on the side, which has really solid response time. And then this is important for the hybrid, so you can see the energy flow. Also, I'm glad that we have analog volume controls here. And then look at the dash. Again, the design, the material use, it's definitely interesting. And then look at the climate controls. This is interesting for a Toyota. Like, it's this little like screen button situation, which, yeah, not usually used to something like that. So let me know what you guys think about this. Do you like the old school Toyota knob situation or like these new buttons? Now this is like our charging port area, so we got a bunch of USBs and a wireless phone charging pad inside. And then notice like the engine stop start button is right in front of that, and that's just below the climate control section. And then you probably noticed we have our parking brake there, auto hold, and then we have our drive mode select / EV mode select right here. And yes, we have more of this questionable wood trim stuff. I feel like this is the stuff that people put when they remodel their homes. Like, it looks just like it. Maybe I need to start talking like one of those home remodel people. But anyways, shifter for the eCVT. It does have a manual shift mode. Again, it's a CVT, so it doesn't have gears. And then we've got our cup holders right here, heated and cooled seats. Man, they really like that wood trim. You guys can see this like little storage situation here. And yeah, goes in pretty deep. That is neat. And this actually slides. I actually have to grab the handle. I forgot. It slides like that, so you can cover up if you want. And then we got a glove box. Now up top, we do have a camera mirror, as you can see. And then we've got controls here for the full panoramic sunroof. Now here is the window sticker, and sorry about the glare, but anyways, almost everything is standard equipment that we went over. The only thing that's optional is the sunroof and the carpeted mats. Interesting. Base MSRP $41,740. Total MSRP after destination and everything $44,784. Let's take it back to its parking space. Now let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's your visibility over the hood, and hopefully you can now see the heads-up display. Both the mirrors do have blind spot monitoring, and then throughout the rest of the rear. And I guess we'll see the turning radius here. Okay, I'll stop with the elevator music, people. Sorry. Yeah, pretty decent. Pretty decent. That's a cool looking Prius. Ah, because it's a Prius Prime. But right now in the EV mode, really smooth, quiet as well. Pops on the engine pretty quickly. If you just get like a regular Toyota hybrid, I mean, it's gonna try to, you know, go on EV power for as much as it possibly can, but you know, it only can do so much with the battery size it has and everything. But I'm gonna pop on with the energy flow. I try to do this for all the hybrid videos so you guys can see what's happening while you're watching the driving. And yeah, really smooth. I did drive a RAV4 hybrid today. I mean, I literally just drove a bunch of hybrids today. I drove the RAV4 Prime, the regular RAV4 hybrid, Corolla hybrid, and now this. I guess it's Toyota hybrid day, but I try to do things like that when I review so that I can kind of mentally compare all of them in the videos and everything. But yeah, I like this drive. I will say though, the one thing that kind of confuses me about this is it's so similar to the RAV4. Like, the styling's obviously different, but like, it's so similar in size and how it drives and like the features and everything it has. It's kind of like, why did they make this? I'm not trying to be that guy, but at the same time also, like, I am trying to be that guy. Like, why? It seems like kind of almost like a superfluous vehicle in a sense. And I mean, the RAV4 is like super popular, so I don't know. But let's see how this... It feels about the same as a RAV4 too. Huh. So, I mean, I like this a lot. I like the camera mirror function. I think that's definitely like a cool bit of safety tech. You guys know I'm a huge fan of that. And yeah, I don't really have anything bad to say about this. I guess I'm just slightly confused. Like, I don't know. It seems like Toyota has too many SUVs now. It's something that automakers are doing nowadays. They're just yeah, I don't know. They're adding a lot. But overall, I think the Venza is a pretty good vehicle. Oh, look at that. It also has like an underneath view as well. That's pretty cool. Wow. I guess we'll see how easy it is to get into this tight parking space. No pressure. I mean, like, I'd only be, you know, crashing a $40-something thousand Venza into a, you know, $50-something thousand Tundra or $40-something thousand Tacoma. It's just another day in the office. So I guess to fully sum things up here, I went over the snow and it crunched and my heart just dropped. I was like, did I just, and I'm like 10 feet from the Tacoma. I think this is pretty cool. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about the Venza. I think that it's kind of like, why does it exist? It's a great car, but also why does it exist? Why not just make more RAV4s? I don't know. That is going to sum things up for a video on this Venza. Again, a huge shout out and thank you to the Larry Miller Toyota here in Murray, Utah for giving me some time with this Venza. Check out the inventory in the description down below. Ask for Mitch if you have any questions. I'll see ya.